Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Dr. Stone Season 3, Episode 9, and this is kind of a beauty makeover episode, but before we get into that part of it, we have Suika being a distraction on the ship in order for her Genro to grab the science lab. Kohaku is under the impression that when push comes to shove, Genro does what he needs to do. He gets it done. So Genro has a conversation with his brother, who is obviously petrified, Kenro, at this point in time, and he's realizing that he has to get it done. He's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to get the science lab to them for a possibility of helping him in the foreseeable future. So moving forward, we have Suika being the distraction, Genro getting the lab out, and everything's all fine and dandy. The people that are inhabiting this island don't realize that this is a vehicle because they've never seen one before. They don't understand it. They think it is some kind of crazy beast thing. That's all they know. So they're moving around trying to hunt it down. So in order for Senku to make them think it's a beast, he is using meat and jasmine. Apparently, if you combine the two in certain ways, it reeks of poo. So don't make this in your house. If you plan on making a stink bomb or something, do this outside for the sake of your family. And or apartment complexes, whatever the heck you're living in, which I thought was kind of neat. So basically, just teaching you how to be a menace, and it scares them off. They run away to this secret cave. So now we got the lab, and we are able to execute the next part of the plan, which is Senku making cosmetics for Kohaku in order to have higher chances of being selected by the master to be a wife slash harem person, whatever the heck is going on in the Inter Palace. So that is the goal. Kohaku's hair is pretty rough. Let's be honest. I mean, she's got some crazy wild hair. Um, it's giant. It's a giant poof bally mess. So they try to shampoo it, and Senku basically explains that hair kind of is a coil to a certain extent. It's covered by this like bamboo-like skin, and shampoo actually damages it. So you have to use conditioner and fat products and other things in order to make it look pretty silky and smooth again, which exactly is what he does. So then moving on from Kohaku's beautifully silky hair that makes her look like Ruri, because, I mean, of course, they are sisters after all, so it makes sense that they look like each other. Next is the cosmetics department. So we get lipstick, we get foundation. Kohaku holds them uh, like a sword and shield, and she ends up looking like a creepy party clown because she has never used makeup before. She just kind of slaps it all over her face. So, Amaryllis, being the beauty queen over here, knowing what she needs to do, does it for, fixes up Kohaku, does the makeup, and Kohaku is looking pretty good. She's looking super girly. And even Sozu's getting some heart pounding palpitations going on. He's definitely very attractive. In the meantime, they think the more the merrier, so they make Senku dress up like a girl. He can kind of pull it off, but the voice can't do it. Sozu, big muscular bald dude, yeah, that ain't happening. 100%. Gen ends up getting it done too, but Gen ends up looking too tall. So, however, you know who's not too tall? Genro. Genro is not too tall and has a lower pitch voice because I think he's younger than Kenro. We don't know his exact age, but puberty hasn't taken full effect for him. I think he's like he's around maybe 13 or 14 or so. So they make Genro look like a pretty girl too, which I find pretty hilarious. So onto the selection. This dude just grabs women. straight up grabbed Amaryllis like it was nothing, picked her up with one of his fingers. I mean, Amaryllis looks like she probably doesn't weigh too much anyway. Um, and he's like, present yourselves. Um, and basically, what Gen has decided for Kohaku is instead of going for the girly type, go for more of kind of like the spunky, out there type. You do all this stuff, you have all this fun, and she's having a hard time with it. I mean, obviously, it's Kohaku. What do you think? So the master goes to feel her up, the master's minister, I believe it is, goes to cop a feel, and she is about ready to break his finger or break his hand. She's ready to do it, but one of the other islanders, one of the main kind of defenders here, if you could call him that, he stops them with his weapon. He was like, "Oh, I saw a bee or something." And it's weird, but this guy's got a wide variety of taste. He just likes cute girls. Doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters what their personalities are to this dude. He's just going for it. Genro also ends up getting selected. He's trying hard not to, but he's like, oh, Genro's like a tomboy, even because Genro is a boy. A boy. He's basically going to drag right now. He gets picked by the minister too, and all of them are going to get taken back to the palace to have one giant harem, and that's what I think is going to happen here. So the plan is going well so far. Basically Senku's got everything set up. We got the pretty hair, we got the pretty makeup. Genro's even made pretty, and we're gonna have 3 people on the inside, to locate the master, get the petrification beam away from them, and depetrify some people. Obviously, that's the next goal. Is we got to get everybody on the ship depetrified again. Um, Being we only have 3 episodes left, it's either going to happen really, really well. I think 3 or 4 episodes left for this core, because I believe this season we are getting a full 24 episodes, to my knowledge. So the next 4 episodes, it might wrap this story up. I'm honestly not really sure what's going to happen. I think it's a possibility that the story gets wrapped up, but I guess there's no guarantee either. We might get left on a cliffhanger. And that might be all she wrote. I mean, that didn't really happen last season. Kind of the Tsukasa versus Senku thing arc played out, and then we had, okay, here's the next adventure going on. Um, yeah, I mean, there you have it. There's the end of the episode. Kohaku looking pretty. Next episode, let's see what we're calling. Science Wars. So he's obviously going to use the lab in order to take over. But basically, it's time to shift the mission to take the petrification beam into full gear. So obviously, he wants to essentially reverse engineer it or use the platinum, if we can locate the platinum, in order to get everything good to go. But obviously, you got to steal that away from them first, and then we have to defeat this evil master dude who's fully controlling the island. And Senku's probably going to win a bunch of villagers to his side. I mean, we only have one Amaryllis at the moment, but she already told the one villager in this too, when she essentially was being attacked by the minister, I should say, that it's okay, relax. We're going to try to take this from the inside. And the guy was like, "Oh, I always thought you were so timid." But I think that little message to that one villager um, is going to help light a spark for other villagers to attack the master. Because if every person attacks this master person, he wouldn't have any subjects left. You can't petrify everybody. And if he does, then it's just one dude alone by himself on island, because he doesn't have the technology to unpetrify people. Senku does, and Senku can do it. But if everybody gets petrified, he's alone on an island, then he's SOL. No harem for him. He is done. He is down for the count. So I don't think he would be willing to do that. But this minister isn't any good. So the minister is kind of like your assistant manager, and then you got the master, which is going to be like your manager. So we got to take down both of them, and then you have all these other. We'll call them assistant managers that are going under the minister. There's like 3 or 4 of them. So it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing ends up playing out. Overall, this episode, solid 7 out of 10. Not super interesting, but it was pretty funny to watch Senku dress up like a like a woman, and then it was also even funnier when Genro looks good dressed up like a woman. We got Kohaku looking super girly and pretty. Amaryllis is looking same thing. She's looking super girly and pretty as well. Sozu, not so much, not so much. Gen can actually disguise his voice as a woman, and he actually utilized that, which is pretty neat. But he's a bit too tall for the selection. I don't understand why, because this minister dude is like freaking huge. He's got to be well over 6 foot. That's my guess. He seems to be like taller than everybody else. But who knows? I guess Genro might be doing something else that's important. But there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and also let me know what you want to see for future anime cartoon related content. Stay tuned for Sunday. We'll be doing the typical Demon Slayer review. Maybe I'll try to get a meme video in there. I've been fighting with some Game Boy Advance games lately, trying to fix them with some soldering. And also, I've been working on a guitar project that I need to finish up too. So I've been putting too much other random stuff on my plate. So we'll see if I can squeeze in a meme here and there for your laughing entertainment matters. But other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.